Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a full body Pilates tower or springboard workout. As far as equipment goes for this workout, what you'll need is a tower, a springboard, or a Cadillac, a mat if you need a mat set up in front of your springboard or tower, and a box from your reformer. So the box is optional, but it does allow a few different exercises that we will play around with today. As far as springs go for the workout, we are going to keep it very, very simple today. We are just going to use our short yellow springs with our roll down bar and our short yellow springs with handles. That is it. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary and make this workout your own. When you're ready, get your equipment set up because this workout starts now. All right, guys, so I'm all set up. For me, I've put my mat in front of my springboard. I've taken my box and I've placed it closer to the back edge of my mat. And I've taken my short yellow springs, attached them to my rollback bar, and they are at the top of my springboard. So take them please to the top of your tower as well, above head height. When you're ready, we're gonna sit down on this box behind us, grabbing onto our rollback bar. So you can have a seat, make sure your box feels centered, have your tailbone right at the front edge of the box, feet right in front of the sit bones, knees right in front of the hips. Take a breath, inhale, get tall. Exhale, press that bar down. Inhale, float the bar back up again. Exhale, press back down. Take a few moments here just to note how you are seated. So the sit bones are pointing directly down into the box below you. The hip bones are pointing straight forward. The ribs are on top of the pelvis. The shoulders are on top of the ribs. The ears are on top of the shoulders and the crown of the head is reaching. Every time you press down on that bar, imagine that you can grow taller. Let's do 3 more here. Already the abdominals are working. The last time, press that bar down in front of the shoulders and hold it there. Slide it in towards your chest, parallel to the floor, and slide it back out. Inhale as you pull in. Exhale as you press out. Inhale as you pull in. Exhale as you press out. Now inhale as you pull in and arc the back. So we come into a little bit of back extension here. And then exhale, reach forward, sliding the front ribs down to the hips. Inhale, pull that bar into the chest, arcing the body up. And exhale, reaching the bar forward, sliding the ribs down to the hips. Let's do a few more here, keeping the low back long. Last 2. And last time. Good, relax those arms for just a moment. Reestablish the weight of your body through your sit bones, through the box. Press down on that bar again, just a little bit. As you do that, I want you to round the upper back forward, coming into a bit of forward flexion. Press. Inhale to come back to that neutral flat back. Exhale to round the upper back forward and press. Nice, so the ribs are coming now closer to the hips as we round forward. The last 3. The last 2. And 1. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale. Let's roll our spine all the way back and down onto the box, opening up the collarbones at the bottom, and then exhale, rolling right back up again. And again, rolling it down. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, rolling it up. Let's do 2 more here. Last one, stay down on the box. If your head can be supported, please let it be supported. Now pull the elbows wide and extend them forward again. And exhale to pull. Inhale to release forward. Exhale to pull. Inhale to release forward. Option to bring one knee into a tabletop position. Exhale to pull. Inhale to reach forward. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Nice. Now keep that knee in tabletop or bring it up into tabletop if it's not there already. Take a breath, inhale here, and exhale, curl your head, neck, and chest forward just a little bit. Anchor your low back down to the box. Sacrum is weighted. Now we pull the bar in and reach the bar forward for 4. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 2. Hold the elbows wide, hold the bar close to the chest on 1. We curl up a bit and down a bit for 6. Finding that low back on the box. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1, arms reach forward, switch out the legs. Lower the head down and pull. And pull. The last 4. The last 2, the last 1. Lift the leg up if it isn't already. Curl the head, neck, and chest up and pull. Keep that low back attached to the box for 4, 3. Last 1, hold the bar in close to your chest and curl up a little bit and down a little bit, rounding through the low back. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the arms. Wrap one leg over the bar. Wrap the other leg over the bar. Make sure that the calves feel heavy. Let the legs relax. Keep your lower back pressed down to the box. Pull the knees in a bit and let them fall forward a bit. Exhale to pull in. Inhale to go forward. Head is resting heavy in the hands. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 3. And last time. Now hold the knees up over the hips and curl the head, neck, and chest forward a little more. Reach forward for your bar again. Float your shins off the bar. We start our 100 here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Nice strong pumps of the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can curl forward a little bit more. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last 2. Last time. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, take your feet out from there. Have a seat all the way up. Very nice. Take one of your hands to the center of the bar. Turn sideways on your box and come down to your forearm. If this feels like too much tension, feel free to lower your springs down a little bit so you feel a little less pull on your shoulder, a little less pull on your grip. I'm gonna try to stay here, anchor down onto the box. I'm taking my forearm to the side of the box, and now I'm just gonna lift and lower my top leg. Up and down, up and down. I'm using my obliques. I'm stabilizing my pelvis, one hip on top of the other hip. Bottom leg is bent and floating. Nice. The last 4, the last 3, the last 2, and 1. Now this hand that's on the box, reach it forward to the floor. Now we float up and down a bit, tapping your fingers and floating your fingers. See if you can keep that leg at the same height, reaching towards the wall the whole entire time. Nice. Last 3. Hips are stacked 2. And 1. Now final option, this bottom arm comes up to the bottom ear and we lower down and float up. Think about how long you can get through the body. Nice, last 4. Slide those front ribs down to the hips, 3. And 1 more time. Ooh. And sit all the way up. And let's turn around to the other side. So give that hand a little shake. I know it's a lot on the grip. Make sure you've got a good grip on that bar. Turn over, bottom knee bends. Top leg extends. Bring your forearm down to the edge of the box. I'm pushing in, and I can already feel my obliques here. And now we're just gonna lift and lower that top leg. Pull your shoulder back and into that socket. Ribs are sliding down to the hips. Hips are stacked for 4. 3, 2, hold that leg up. Take your fingertips and extend them on the floor. Now we try to keep that lifted leg steady as we lift and lower the hand. Last 4. And 2. And 1. Last option, bottom bicep comes up by the ear and we lower and lift. Think about how long you can reach across the room. Three more here. Reach those toes towards the wall. And 1 more time. Nice, sit all the way up. Let's let go of that bar carefully. And again, just take a moment to roll out the wrists. Good. I think my box is in a fairly good spot. So I'm gonna leave it where it is, but if you need to adjust it a little back, a little forward for our squatting series, you can go right ahead. We're gonna grab that bar one more time with an underhand grip. Your feet are gonna be back against that box for now. I want you to bend your elbows into a bicep curl and then sit your hips down and back onto the box. Notice that the back of my calves are really pressed into the box here. I'm gonna try to maintain that as I stand up, kind of fairly challenging for me anyway, and then release the bar forward. So bend, keep those calves attached, sit down and back. And then come on back up, try to keep those calves attached and stand back up. A few more here. That's it, really use those glutes. Bend, sit back, shoulders are right over the hips. Shoulders stay right over the hips. Good. So playing around with the distance that you are from the tower so that you have just the right amount of tension that you can feel supported enough by the bar, but that it is also challenging enough on your muscles, on those stabilizers. Last 3. Last 2. Whew. And 1 more time. And release the bar forward. Very nice job. All right, let's turn that box so that it's perpendicular to our mat. And we will do another set of squats, but this time behind the box. So you're gonna grab onto your bar. You're gonna take a decent step back. The arms are long this time. Your toes are right on the box, and I don't want you to move that box at all. You can choose how far down you go in your squat. I'm gonna try for a very, very low squat here. So nice long arms, sit down, 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 down. Maybe the hips come down towards the floor and you actually have a little seat. And then you shift your weight back forward, toes are still against the box, and you just come back up to standing. Again, sit down, 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 and back, and up. Good. Working on that depth, working on the transition from the floor and back up to the feet. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. And 1. Come on back up, bring your feet towards one another, bring one of your feet onto the box. From here, we lift the back heel up and we're gonna do a little elevated lunge. So pull the elbows wide and bend both knees and come up to rise. And again, pull and rise, pull and rise. Good. Adding on, pull, rise, tap the box. Come on back down, pull, rise, tap the box. Good. Last 4. On this last one, you're going to stay elevated on the box. Nice long arms. Most of the weight is in the foot that the heel is down. From here, we just tip over a bit. Hinge the hips back, hinge the torso forward, and then come on back to stand. There's a soft bend in my standing knee. Hip hinge. Hip hinge. Option to extend the other leg back behind you. Hip hinge. Finding that balance and stability in your standing leg. The last 3. And 1. Now I'm going to take both feet down onto the box so I can bring my other foot down to the floor with the heel elevated, and we do that lunge again with the row. So we pull and lunge, pull and lunge. Again, in a moment, we're going to transition up to the box. We've got 3 more here, 2 more here, and 1. Now let's add that lift up. Pull, transfer the weight, pull, transfer the weight. Last 3. One more. Stay lifted. Here's our little hip hinge. So we press down on the bar, the lats and serratus are engaged. The hips go back, the head, neck, and chest go forward. And then we come back up again. Just a little bit of weight in these toes. Last 2. Last 1. Maybe that same leg goes back behind you. Your other knee is bent. Hip hinge. Last 3. And 1. Nice job. And step down. Okay. We have one more exercise basically to do with this bar attached for now. And as far as the distance of your box from the wall, I'll show you what we're going to do, and then you can kind of decide how far away you'd like to be. So we are going to do a little bit of a like a lateral flexion of the spine. So we're gonna start seated on the box with our feet nice and wide. And you're gonna grab onto that bar with both hands. My outside hand is going in front. My inside hand is going behind. I'm gonna try to anchor that bar over my head. This feels like a lot for me already. So I'm gonna reduce the weight of the spring by dropping it down one notch. If you felt good where you were, stay where you were. Having a seat again, outside arm is forward, inside arm is back. Bring that bar directly over the head. From here, I really feel my obliques fired up. I feel my hip wanting to lift. I'm anchoring it down. Small little movement, exhale. Inhale, get taller, exhale. Inhale, get taller, exhale. Last two seated, and then we're gonna stand up. Last one. Nice. Stand with your feet around the box. Bring that bar back to your forehead or right on top of your forehead. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, laterally flex. Maybe standing, you have a little more range of motion. That's it. Last 4. And 3. And 1. Very nice job. Place that bar down, but stay in this wide stance. So knees and toes are pointed outwards. Your tailbone is pointing down towards the box. Let's just lower towards the box. You do not have to touch, and come back up. If you can touch, that's fine. Tailbone pointing straight down, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Now we add a little bit of rotation away from the tower and come center. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to come center. Keeping those knees pressing outward for 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more time. Come back center with your torso. Stay low and pulse for 8, 7, 6. Last 4. Last 2 and 1. Have a seat. And we're going to turn all the way around. So if that felt like a good amount of tension on the bar, keep it where it is. If not, adjust higher or lower. Rotate around. Feet and knees are still wide here. Tailbone is reaching down towards the floor underneath you. Grab onto that bar. My outside arm is going forward. Inside arm is going back. Anchor through both sit bones. Bring that bar over the chest, over the head. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, flex the spine. Away from the tower, exhale. Exhale. Last 3, anchor through both feet as equally as you can. Last 2 and 1. Take a moment, stand, reset the bar over the head. Anchor through both feet. We exhale, rib to hip. Rib to hip. For 4, 3, and last 1. Carefully release the bar. Stay in your wide stance. Hands to the chest. We come down and up and down and up. Now we add rotation away from the tower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. For 4 and 3. Last one, come center with the torso. Stay low in the legs. Come up and down just a little bit for 8, 7, 6, 4 more, 3 more, last 2, and 1. Good, this time stand all the way up. Take a moment to get out of there. Shake the legs out a little bit. We are gonna take the roll back bar down for now. And I'd like to work with the handles as opposed to the rollback bar. Still on those same yellow springs. Good. Okay, so from here, we're gonna turn our box back long ways. We are gonna lay down on our belly on the box and work on a little bit of back extension here. So I'm gonna lower my yellow springs down to about chest height on the springboard. And then come down onto my belly on the box. So chest height, that's about 1.5 feet off the floor for me. I like as much of your torso supported on the box as possible. Thighs are attached. My knees are pointing to the outside edges of the box and I'm a little externally rotated. For me, my chest is still on the box. Is that necessary? No, your chest could be forward. And then grab onto your handles and extend your arms wide. The box should be far enough away from the tower that you can reach out and not touch the wall in front of you. From here, you're gonna press the arms down nice and wide and reach the sternum up and forward, coming into back extension. And then lower the head, neck, and chest down as the arms reach forward. Think about keeping the tailbone reaching towards the backs of the knees here to keep the back very long. Using the undersides of the armpits to press. Nice job. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. Bring one of your arms just underneath the shoulder. The other arm is going to sweep back and around. Back and around. So we're working on a little bit of rotation through the waistline, through the ribs, as the arm sweeps back. We'll do 3 more. Nice long elbow, 2 more, and 1. Take that hand right underneath the shoulder, extend the other arm out nice and long. It sweeps down, out, around, and back. Down, out, around, and back. Trying to keep both hip bones equally weighted in that box. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Let's do both arms. Nice long arms. We sweep the arms down. As the arms come down, the back comes into a little bit of extension. Then the arms circle out, around, and forward. Down, out, around, and forward. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Bring your arms forward, bend your elbows right by the rib cage. Pull the elbows slightly back. From here, lift up into back extension as you extend the hands down towards the floor and bend. Down towards the floor and bend. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Carefully release those straps forward. Come up to all 4s on top of the box, facing in towards the tower. Let's just do a few cat-cows here. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale, round the spine, puffing up the back of the ribs towards the ceiling. And then inhale, just find a nice long spine. Good, and again, round, exhale. And inhale. Last 2, exhale. And inhale. And 1 more time, just giving that back a second after all that extension work. Good. Find a nice neutral position of the spine. Bring your knees towards the center of the box. Extend one leg back behind you. Square off the pelvis towards the floor. From here, round that knee into the chest. And then extend that leg back. And round that knee into the chest. and extend that leg back. Let's do 2 more like this. And then there'll be an option to add that arm spring back in. Last one. Hold the leg back. If you're using the arm spring, the opposite arm of the leg that's back reaches forward for your spring. We're going to do a long arm press back as the knee comes into the chest. So take a breath, inhale to prepare. Exhale, press your long arm back towards the hip as you draw the knee in. And then extend the leg and the arm back forward. Round and pull. Extend and lengthen. Round and pull. Extend and lengthen. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Now extend the leg, pull the arm back up by the hip, and let's just do a tricep extension. So we extend and bend the arm, elbow is high by the ribs, for 6, 5, 4, and 1. Both knees down, release that strap. Both hands on the edge of the box. The knees are going to come to the center, and right away we'll start with that opposite leg back, rounding the spine in. Knee comes into the chest and extending the leg back, square pelvis. For 4. And 3. Exhale. Exhale 2. And 1. Nice. Maybe the opposite arm goes forward and grabs the handle. Nice long elbow. From here, we round and pull that arm back. Extend the leg and the arm away from one another. Round. Ooh. Last 3. One more time. That leg goes back behind you. The arm comes up by the hip. Bend your elbow and extend your elbow. Just focusing on that tricep. Nice long spine here. Reaching arrows out the crown of your head for 3. And 2. And 1. Very nice job. Come up to kneeling. Facing to the side, grab onto your handle. Your outside leg is going to come forward onto the floor, so you're in this half kneeling position. You're going to take your hands around the handle, and notice that my body is starting in a little bit of rotation to the tower. I'm going to put a little bit of tension on my spring. I'm going to engage my abdominals, and then when you're ready, you're going to exhale and rotate across. Exhale. And rotate across. Good. Staying here, this is a great option. Option number 2, which is quite tricky, I'm going to give it a go, but as you pull the arms across with a little more force, you're going to see if you can lift this front foot up off the floor a little bit. So we press and lift, press and lift, press and lift, or maybe it's just a heel lift. A heel lift. That's it. 4 more. Really stabilizing through that back shin. Last 2. And 1. And release. Very nice. Same thing other side, just turn all the way around. Knees come down, outside leg comes onto the floor in front of the box. Grab onto your strap. Both knees are bent. You start in a little bit of rotation towards the tower. Take a breath, inhale here. Exhale, rotate across. Rotate across. Option to add that heel lift as you rotate across. Option to add that foot lift as you rotate across. Control the tension of the spring on the way back. Woo! Let's do 4 more. and 3, and 2, and 1. Very nice job. All right, so kneeling, these springs are about shoulder height for me. If you need to adjust them up a little bit, please feel free. We are gonna do a little bit of kneeling work facing away from the tower. Also, if you need to move your box closer to the tower, please feel free as well. I've got my feet back behind me. I've got my straps just at shoulder height, and I'm leaning into the wind here. My belly is braced. I'm trying to stay in one nice long line. And now from here, we're just gonna push the arms forward and bend the elbows back in. Push and bend. Push and bend. Nice. Trying to keep my body nice and steady in space as the arms move. The last 4. Exhale, 3. Last one, soften the elbows and turn the palms in. We open to the sides and exhale, close. Elbows are softly bent. I'm squeezing my glutes, finding a connection down the front line of the body. Last 4, 3, and last one. Bring the hands back to the shoulders. We'll just do punching here. One arm and then the other arm forward. If you can lean further forward, go for it. Ooh, find that little moment, that perfect little moment. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Grab onto your handles with both hands so you can flip around to face the other way. I'm gonna come back to the back edge of my box. We are gonna do thigh stretch here. So knees about sit bone distance apart, maybe slightly wider. For this variation of thigh stretch, I'm gonna press my arms down. The other option is hands into the chest. So you can choose this option or this option. Feet are together, knees are slightly apart here. Put some tension on your springs. Then we lean back, body's in one nice long line, and we come on back up. If you feel too precarious on the edge of the box, you could always get rid of the box and do this on the floor. That's it. If you're here, same thing. Last 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, take your handles off. We are going to put the roll down bar back on one more time. So grab that bar, place it back on. Move your box a little closer to the tower. Let's lay down on our back with the head close to the tower, head supported by the box. That rollback bar is going to be right over the shoulders with a little bit of tension on it to start. Then from here we bring one knee into tabletop and the other knee into tabletop, and we start our single leg stretch legs. Reach and reach, reach and reach. Pay attention to how much space is between your low back and the box. Try to think about having a neutral position of the pelvis here. So hip bones are pointing straight up. We're not overarching. We're not super pressing the back down, but we've got that natural curvature there. If you're feeling good there, every time a leg goes forward, you press the bar forward and release. Press, release. Last 4, last 3, and 1. Both legs to the ceiling. One long leg goes down and switch. Bar is staying completely still here. The last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hug both knees into the chest. We are going to lift the head, neck, and chest up here. If it feels like too much neck tension, please feel free to leave the head, neck, and chest down. We're going to start by pressing that bar forward over the shins, and then you're going to extend your legs forward as the arms just reach over the shoulders. So expand everything in, little hug, and reach. Bend everything in, little hug, and reach. I'm lowering my head down in between for neck comfort, but if you would rather, keep your head up to have it be just a little bit closer to the traditional exercise of double leg stretch, you can. Last 3. Last 2. Now on this last one, leave the head down. Reach the bar over the shins. Let's do a little tuck of the tailbone up and down. Little tuck. The last 4, 3, 2, and 1. One foot finds the floor. The other knee stays in tabletop. Press forward on your bar. From here, we're going to curl the head, neck, and chest forward and rotate the bar slightly to one side, and then lower. Curl and rotate and lower. Last 4, 3, last 1. Switch out the feet and rotate towards that lifted knee for 8. Exhale, 7. Head can still be down here, 6. And last 4. And 1. Nice job. All right, take your feet over the bar so that your knees are hanging. Reach back for me and see if you can grab the sides of your springboard. If you have to adjust the box, you can adjust the box here. My head is slightly over the edge, so it feels nice and supported here. My hands are on the outside of the springboard. You could grab the uprights of your tower or your Cadillac. Let your shoulder blades slide down the back. From here, tuck the knees in towards the chest and roll back down. And tuck the knees in towards the chest and roll back down. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Adding on, tuck the knees in towards the chest and then arc the body up and over and come down. Round to lift, arc to come over. Round to lift, arc to come over. Last 3. Last 2. So we're undulating through the spine. And 1 more time. Very nice job. Hands back on the outside of the bar. Slip your feet out from under there. Bring your bar down. Sit all the way up. Turn around for one last exercise on the box. Kneeling with your hands on your bar. Toes to the outside edge of the box. We are going to round the spine over and press that bar down towards the floor, finding a low rounded spine. And then from here, tuck the tailbone under, use those feet to hug into the edge of the box. Roll your spine up all the way to high kneeling. Take a breath, get taller. Exhale, round the spine down, pressing the hands forward of the box, down towards the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, roll the spine back up again, keeping those hips as forward over the knees as possible. Let's do 3 more. That's it. Last 2. And last time through. And sit up nice and tall. Very nice job. All right, have a seat. Thank you guys so much for joining me for that creative tower workout using the box. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment or a question down below. Let me know what you'd like to see next. As always, please subscribe and share, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.